Has anyone seen the movie, I just watched it on a plane coming down from Atlanta yesterday, Cinderella Man? You seen that? Did you see the clip? I thought it was really emotional, movie, don't you think? I'm on the plane, metal toughest guy. Jeez. Guys next to me go, what's wrong, pal? You want a Kleenex? Jeez, it was a tough movie. But the part I liked the most was makes this point just beautifully, and I had never seen it before. But when he's in the ring, I forget which fight it is, but when he's in the ring and he's supposed to lose, and he's losing, he's getting beat up by some big guy, and he sees his kids freezing in the Depression and no food. You remember that? He sees it in his mind. And then he wins the fight because it drives him, because he's thinking, I got to fight to keep the lights on. And this is 1930s, right, during the Great Depression. My kids are starving, and I have no heat. And he's living in New Jersey. And he flashes, if you haven't seen the movie, he flashes this on his mind. He's in the ring. He's sitting there going ready to go back in. And he's sitting there, and he flashes this picture of his kids, and they're freezing. And this is the truth. This is what was happening. He couldn't afford to pay his light bill. His electric bill. And he saw it. So he came out there like King Kong. And the next day this is a true story. In the press conference the next day, they said, one of the reporters goes, I'm trying to remember his name. What was his name? What was his name? The fighter. James J. Braddock, thank you. So they're in the press conference, and someone says, Mr. Braddock, I got a question for you. He says, go ahead. What happened to you? 3 years ago, you couldn't fight, you couldn't beat up anyone. What happened? And Braddock said, a mentally tough thing that all these world-class performers have. This is the golden secret of this process, you guys, I promise you. He said, now I know what I'm fighting for. And he said, what are you fighting for? And he said, milk. Silence in the room. Because a couple days before, he picked up the milk, when they delivered the milk back then, right? And it had the overdue notice on the bottle. So it couldn't pay the milk. Kids can't have milk. I'm fighting for milk. You want to go up against the guy who's fighting for milk? I don't want to. That's a mean dude, man. I don't think you work as hard for the Corvettes and the fancy houses as you do for milk. This dude was mean. He wasn't taking no for an answer, and he did. It's a heck of a story. If you haven't seen it, Cinderella Man, it's a great movie. It's very moving emotionally. But that's what it is, I think. That's what I found anyway. Most people don't know why they're running in the house. So why should I fight?